lovelies, welcome back. It's your girl Katie here, and today's video is going to be my if I could only keep 10 highlighters. Now I have made this into a mini series here on my channel, so if you haven't seen my other videos, basically what this video is I challenged myself to pick 10 highlighters in my collection. If I could only keep 10, which 10 would I pick? So I'm just going to be showing you guys which ones I picked and to tell you guys why I picked them. So let's just go ahead and jump right on into this video. Alright, so as always, these aren't in any particular order. Just going to be going with whatever one is in front of me. Also, there's a couple things I want to mention. One, I didn't limit myself to exclude discontinued products, so some of these may or may not be discontinued. So sorry if that offends anyone or people don't like that, but I like showing discontinued products. Also, I think I'm going to go ahead and swatch this time around. I didn't swatch in my previous videos just because I didn't feel the need to it, but I do feel the need in this one because I feel like you can't really, I don't know, I like swatching highlighters, and I feel like it helps get the full effect of it. Just showing it, you really can't see how well of a good of a highlighter it is unless you're like swatching it, so I am going to swatch this time around. So first one is this one from Colourpop, and this is one of their Super Shocked highlighters in the shade Flexitarian. So I'll do a close-up first. So it's pretty blinding already, but I will, like I said, go ahead and swatch it. And man, I really need to use this one more. I've been trying to, in my collection, recently I've been using other highlighters, but you see what I mean? Like, just from seeing it in the pan and then like actually seeing the swatch of it, showing just the pan does not give you the full effect. And yeah, that is just ice. It's just ice. Now, I will say that I am the type of person that love blinding highlighters. If I'm going to apply highlighter, it needs to be beaming and glowing, and I need to shine so bright like a star. So you will see that as a common theme. The highlighters that I like are ones that are very blinding. So if you don't like blinding highlighters, you probably won't like any of these. So there's the first one, Flexitarian. Definitely keeping this in my collection. It's gorgeous. All right. Then I have here one from Catrice Cosmetics, and I don't know why people don't talk more about Catrice Cosmetics highlighters. They're beautiful. So let me tell you what this one is. This is More Than Glow highlighter, and this is in the shade Supreme Rose Beam. There it is. And now for the swatch. There it is. And Catrice is actually pretty affordable. I mean, they are a drugstore, but I just think it's so pretty. I will say this one does have more of that pink shift to it a little bit. It's not really like silvery like that Colourpop one is. This one's more like pink. But I just, like I said, I love a good blinding highlighter, and Catrice Cosmetics has a really good formula for their highlighter, so definitely keeping that bad boy. Alright, then we have one here from Ofra. I do really like Ofra Cosmetics highlighters. I think they're really good quality. This one is in the shade Rodeo Drive, so it's more of like a golden one. I will say this one is almost too goldeny sometimes, but I find that in the summer I can get away with it. And of course, swatches always look a bit darker because I did kind of, get quite a bit on my finger. Not a ton, but enough to get a swatch. So with applying it with a brush, I can shear it out a little better. But that blind, just look at that. I have to say, if you haven't noticed, highlighter is my favorite makeup products. I'd say eyeshadows and then eyeshadow palettes and highlighters are my favorite makeup products. So I really get excited, especially talking about highlighters and showing off swatches. I just love that. All right, so those are my 3 so far that definitely would stay in my collection. All right, then I have here one from Milk Makeup. This is a holographic highlighter powder. It's in the shade Mars. Now, I will say this one is kind of one of those duochrome kind of shifting ones, but actually, typically I do not like those. I don't like weird shades when it comes to highlighters. Like, I don't like blue highlighters or purples or greens and all that kind of stuff. But this one I found, I got it in a BoxyCharm box because that's where I get all my makeup apparently. And I actually really like this one. I will say it's not quite as blinding as the other ones that I just showed, but it's still really nice. But it has like this peach kind of, a little pink kind of shift to it. Like I said, this one is not as blinding as the ones I've previously swatched, but I just found that I really liked how it looked on me. I don't even think that was a very good swatch. It's really not showing it that well. But on the skin, it kind of has more like a pinkish kind of peach kind of shift to it. So I was okay with that, and I liked it, how it looked. I just really enjoyed it. So definitely keeping that one. FYI, this is just a challenge. It's just for fun. I'm not really just keeping only 10 highlighters. I'm still keeping my whole collection, but this is just for the purpose of the video. Alright, and then I have here one from MAC. And I actually picked this up from TJ Maxx, and I'm glad I found it there. This is the Double Gleam Extra Diminished Skin Finish Highlighter. I think Double Gleam is the shade. Anyways, here's what it looks like. I'm sure after a while, all these highlighters are kind of look the same because I do have a certain highlighter shade that I like, and it's more of these kind of like goldeny kind of silver kind of icy highlighters. Those are just my favorite, the ones that really just work the best for my skin tone, because I'm pretty fair, so I have to be careful with highlighters because sometimes if it's too dark, it'll leave just like that streak on my face, which I don't like. But anyways, here's the swatch of that one. There it is, pretty blinding. But I would say this one's kind of more like that icy white kind of highlighter. And that's like really like one of the few MAC products that I actually have. 5 more. We have 5 more. I'm trying to get through this. Alright, one that I know is probably discontinued or will be soon is I do have a Becca Highlight here in front of me. This is, I know the packaging was like limited edition, but this is the iconic shade, you know, like Champagne Pop, the one that's best known for, you know, the most popular one when it came to Becca's highlighters. I heard this shade a lot, and I was so glad I was able to pick it up. Like I said, I know they went out of business. I don't know if they've gone out of business just yet, but I knew they were going out of business. But this one's like a nice, like, golden-y kind of shade, and I just love the packaging. It's like sparkle. I got this from, I think, TJ Maxx. Anyways, really like just, oh, it's so pretty. This one's like my ideal golden shakes. It's very light, but that beam makes me want to add more highlighter. Alright, so there's that one. And then I have one here, of course, from Catrice Cosmetics. I did pick up one of her highlighters, and this is in the shade Iced. I really like the packaging. It's so bougie looking, but here's what it looks like. And I will say, Catrice has a nice highlighter formula. Is it the best in the world? No, but it is nice. Like, I'm not dissing her. I think the formula is really nice, but I wouldn't say it's like anything new. Because as you can see from the swatch, it looks like all the other ones that I've kind of swatched. Very beaming. Very nice, and it's a good shade. So definitely would want to keep that one. Sorry, I feel like I'm more focused this time around like on the swatching part than like talking about the products. But honestly, I mean, I'm kind of just letting the product talk for itself as to why I like it. Like I said, I love a beaming highlighter, so if it's got that beam in it, that's the one I'm going to be reaching for. And then I have here one from Wander of Beauty. Now, I will say, this is in the shade After Hours, and it is one of their Wondrous Glow Illuminator highlighters. Now, I really like the formula on this one. I used this one in my October Shop My Stash. So I kind of have like a fresh impression of this product because in my Shop My Stashes, if you haven't seen them, I pull out products and I use them for about a month before I switch it up. So this one's fresh on my mind. This one is actually, I really like the formula of it, but I will say this is the one highlighter, one that I really like that is subtle, but you can build it up to a beaming. So if you are one that likes subtle highlighters, you might like this. And again, I don't even know if this is discontinued or anything. I don't look this stuff up beforehand. So if it has been discontinued, I apologize. But if it hasn't been, I like this one because, like I said, you can build it up or it can be beaming. Now, I know it looks beaming from the swatch, but applying it, I did have to layer this one out to get it to this beam, just with applying with a brush. So that's why I liked it. It was a nice kind of like subtle highlighter. I know the highlighter I'm using right now is not really beaming. It's one of my Shop My Stash. I'm not really liking it so far, but just for the purpose of the video. Wow, that just amped it up right there. I was trying to show that it was more subtle, but maybe because I already had a highlighter on. But anyways, that one is one that you can build up to. You can sheer it out to where it's not. It's like, okay, maybe it's not like the most subtle, but it's like, let me think how to explain this. It gives you a nice glow without like a beam glow. It's just like a glow, if you know what I mean. Like I don't know. I'm not explaining it right. It's a good highlighter. I really like it. I'll just leave it at that because I apparently can't explain things today. So moving on, it's a good highlighter. I'm just going to leave it at that. So next up, I have here one from Complex Culture. This is the Good Lighting Highlighter Duo. So I will say I can only use this shade because this shade is obviously a little too deep for me, but I really like the formula on this one. And I have used it quite a bit. I will say this is kind of more like a yellowy kind of icy one. It's kind of, I will say it's definitely more yellowy looking, but it doesn't look yellowy. It doesn't look yellowy on the actual skin, at least not on my skin. Alright, and then last but not least is one that I don't know why people don't talk more about. But it is another one from Catrice Cosmetics, and it is a Sungasm highlighter here. Now, this does say face and body highlighter, so you could use it for your body, or I just use it for my face because it works great. But this pan is huge, and when I bought this, I don't know if prices have changed or anything because, you know, everything's going up still right now. But at the time I bought this, it was only $10, and I think it still is from my knowledge, but like I said, I don't keep up with all the prices. But this one is just such a good highlighter for how cheap it is. You know, $10 for this huge thing. It's going to last me probably forever. I don't think I'll ever have to rebuy that because it's so big. And it's so pigmented. Look at that, $10. I mean, this looks just as good as like Jaclyn Hill's or Ofra or MAC or all those high-end brands. And this is $10. Like, wow. Like I said, you get like a huge pan of this. So yeah, this will last me a really long time, especially for how pigmented it is. But there you go, guys. Those are the 10 highlighters that if I could only keep 10, these are the 10 that I would definitely be keeping. But yeah, that is going to do it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up because that really does help out my channel here. And also let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of the picks. Like I said, I'm a girl that likes a really big beaming highlighter, so these are all very, very beaming highlighters. So next video that I think that I'll be doing in my series is probably going to be the last one in this mini series, and that'll be my face palettes. But make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on that video. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!